Hello and welcome back to our JRPG series. Previously we started work on that end of our battle sequence, so we get the victory fanfare going. Now we're going to get the reward screen shown on the screen too. So at the end of each battle the player gets rewards such as items, XP and gold, and we want to show this to the player via a UI. So let's get started and begin. So we're going to first of all create our new widget for our victory screen. This one, victory screen. And open this up, and in here we're going to have a canvas panel, and we're going to fill it with a border, and this border is going to be filled to the whole thing, and anchored offsets are going to be set to 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, so now I want to go down to the appearance and change the brush color to the same black and alpha channel I've been using all this time. Okay, and that's our background for our screen. So now I need to work on the content of this. So I'm going to add a vertical box in to keep it all organized. I'm going to add it to the canvas panel. I can add it to the border actually. There we go. Add it to the border, and in there we're going to have another border. And this is going to act like a title bar to the whole entire thing. I'm going to change the brush color again to my black color I've been using. And inside of there we're going to drag in some text. It is. So this text is going to change to be centered. So let's go up here and change the text block to be aligned to the center. Change the font to our font, and I'm going to make it a bold one as well. And I'm going to change the text here to say rewards screen, or like rewards from battle. There you go. That'll do. Okay, so with that I'm going to add some padding around this. So I'm going to add padding just 30 around the whole entire thing, maybe 50. Yeah, there you go. And gives it a nice bit of spacing there. So that's our window title bar. We're now going to make two sections. So the first section is on the left hand side, and that's going to have the characters and their XP gains from the battle, and on the right hand side is going to be all the items they've collected as well, so like any potions they picked up or other loot they may get. So for this we're going to add another item to this vertical box. We're going to add a horizontal box, and inside my horizontal box here we're going to have two vertical boxes. The first one here and the second one here, and both of these are going to set to fill. So click on each one and change them to fill, and they'll both fill the available space evenly. However, I do want to give more to the character side. So in the vertical box that's going to be on the right hand side, I'm going to change its value of the fill to 0.5. So it takes up half as much space as the other one. Okay, so that's that there. We now want to add our border to this. So I'm going to just copy the border that we made here. I'm going to copy this, so duplicate it, so Control W. And I'm going to put that inside of the first vertical box. And I'm going to do another one. Control W. Put it in the second one. Okay. So I'm going to change the text on here. This one's going to say XP gained. And this will have the number of how much XP was rewarded from the battle. So I'll do like 99999. The display default. And this one is going to be items collected. Okay. Right, so now I'm just going to add some padding around these things to separate them all out a little bit. So first of all, the padding between the reward from battle bar and the rest of it. So let's click on this and change the top padding here to 30. I'm then going to add a 30 padding between these two. But to do it evenly, what I'm going to do is click on the first vertical box, add padding on the right of 15, and on the other vertical box, padding on the left of 15. Now you've got this nice space between them. Okay, so what else will be in here is item collected will have a scroll box. Put a scroll box in, and that will go into the vertical box here. There it is, and this will be set to fill. Then I want to add another vertical box to our left hand one, again set to fill as well. And then I'm going to click on my horizontal box here, and I'm going to change it to fill 2. So now we fill up the whole entire screen with our content. So I'm going to add a little padding at the bottom here as well, and around the sides. So I'm going to click on the horizontal box and add padding on the left of 30, the right 30, on the bottom 30 as well. Actually, I'll do the right bottom as 150. There we go. Okay. So this part is going to contain the player content. So here I'm going to make player panels to show. So let's make the panels individually. Create a new widget. And this will be victory screen unit slot. And open this up. And this won't have a canvas panel, so we get rid of that. And instead we're going to have a border. And this border is going to have our coloring. So, and then I want to display various items. So I'm going to display the name and the progress bar for their XP, as well as some numbers as well. So I need a vertical box. I'll put that in there. And this vertical box is going to have text in it first, which will be the character's name. So put that Greystone for now, for example. And then I want to add a horizontal box and put that in my vertical box. And this horizontal box is going to have text and a progress bar, and text again. Okay, so text, progress bar, text. And the way this is going to look is the progress bar is going to fill the available space like that. And the text here is going to be the level numbers. So there'll be like level 1 here, and this one will be level 2. You can see the distance between each level you've got to go. So obviously you need to work some padding around this. So I'm going to click on the whole vertical box, the one that's covering the whole entire thing. And I'm going to add padding of, let's say 15 around the whole entire thing. Maybe 30. Yeah. The Greystone name is going to be in our font, bold. And it's also going to have padding around its content too. So padding on the bottom of, let's say, 30. Yeah. And then on the progress bar, we want to split these up to be a bit more even. But for now, what I'm going to do is click on this progress bar here and add padding to left and right. So the left is going to have 100 and the right is going to have 100. Okay, and you get a bit of padding going on like that. Maybe a bit more than that. Let's try 300. There we go. And with the texts on either side of it, we're going to align them to the right hand side of the block. You'll want that to be there. There you go. And okay, then we're going to go add padding around my texts on the progress bar. So this horizontal box here, we're going to have in its content the text, the first one here. On the left hand side, it's going to have 200 padding, and on the right side, it's going to have 15. And the inverse for the one on the other side, so it's going to be 15, and this one will be 200. I'll push it in like that. Okay. Excellent. Okay, we'll hit compile and save that one. We also probably want to display the character level number as well. So I'm going to put that over here on this one. So the Greystone will have the name here and then a level in this corner. So to be able to do that, I need to wrap this with a horizontal box and have another text field in it. This one is going to be on the other side. So what I'm going to do here is take the name and fill it. Now push this to the other side, and we'll put in level 1. Okay, so it's all placeholder numbers and graphics. Obviously, that's going to be changeable later. And that if I go change this to desired, you can see what it's going to look like height-wise, at least anyway, on the screen. And I think that's not too bad. Okay, so one thing I'm going to do is add padding on the parent of this whole entire widget. So you go to the first slot on the hierarchy, go to padding, and I'm going to add padding to the left and to the right of, let's say, 10. And on the top and bottom, we're going to have 20. Actually, on the bottom, we'll put 10 as well, actually. There we go. Okay, so that is done there. I'm going to hit save and close that. So on this victory screen now, I can add those to this. So if I search for victory, I can see the victory screen unit slot. Add one to the screen and there it appears. And I'll add another one and another one. Okay, and there's our 3 victory screen character displays. Okay. So next we're going to animate this whole entire thing to appear on the screen. So I'm going to go down to animation settings here, and I'm going to click on the main root node for victory screen and click on add new animation and choose show screen. And in there on the track we're going to add a new widget for this, and that will refer to like the main widget of the whole entire thing. Going to hit new track and choose a transform track. Now the first initial point for this is going to be off the screen. So I'm going to open up the transform, show the X, and I'm going to put this off the screen to the left. So let's do minus 2500. Yeah. And then I'll move the playhead here to about do 1 maybe, and add another key, and this one will be when it's at 0. So the whole thing is slides now from left to right to shot. I then want to make these character plates come in like a stack. They'll come in like boom, 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 boom. So I need to click on each one of these and add a new track for this. New track unit slot. And go back to the initial starting point for this. And we're going to add a transform track. And this transform track here, bigger. This transform track for this guy is going to start off the screen. So on Y, put in minus 1000. Oh no, it's not minus 1000, just 1000. So it's off the screen like so. And as it goes across like this, I want it then to fire off and start coming in. So I'm going to go to about here, add another key, and then I'll move it a bit forward and change Y to 0. It comes in like that. Okay, so now to do this for the other ones, what I'm going to do is select the next one, add track, add it to the thing. Then I'm going to go to my one I have done already, and I'm going to select it, copy, and paste it into the new one. Now the reason why I've done this is because now I want this one to do this a little bit delayed. So I'm going to drag the 2 last points, which are the actual moving of it, and move that forward somewhat, about there. You get this effect where you get one coming in, and one soon follows. And we're going to do that same thing for the next one. Add track, and on here we're going to paste it here. Select the points and drag that across there. Okay, so he comes in. With it. Then that'll come in like that. That's the full animation of our window appearing. Compile and save on that. Okay, so that is the widget. We're going to go to the graph here, go to the pre-construct, and we're going to take our show screen, get, and from there I'm going to play animation forward. And that will make the thing appear on the screen. We then want to set up the slots here to use based on the characters we've got selected. So I want to make these actually children. So I'm going to make these slots part of an array. So on the pre-construct, maybe just after this, we're going to do each one out. So, and we're going to do make array and add each one to the array like that. And then I'm going to promote that to a variable, and we'll just have that set to be called player card array. And then after that, we're going to do a for each loop. Now those cards need to know which actor they're meant to be looking at. So let's go into the unit card, victory screen unit slot, and we're going to have graph, and we're going to have the variable, we're going to have the unit assigned to it. And this will be a party based unit, so we just drag in the party unit base instead of the unit base. And that's it. So I'm going to go back to my victory screen. Oh no, sorry. And then with it, with the turn it editable and expose on spawn. There we go. Now I'll go back to my victory screen, and from here we're going to drag from the blue pin, and we're going to do set unit. And the unit is going to be based upon our get actors of class. And I'm just going to put this before the for each loop. Move that along. So before we do that, we are getting all the party unit bases from here. Base. And from there, we are promoting that to a variable. And this is all the player actors. So even if they're dead, they're still getting picked up here. So then on here, I'm going to drag in my player actors, get, and then from there, I'm going to get a copy and plug in the array index from the for each loop. This get will then go into the unit in here. Save that. And that's all good. So I'm going to go to my victory screen unit slot, and I'm just going to do something basic here. We'll do the full workout of this in the next episode. But in here, I'm going to change this to the unit name. And tick is variable. Go to the graph. And on the pre-construct, we're going to take the unit, get, and from there, we can get their name. And I'm going to take the unit name widget out, set text, change the value in the text field to their name. Now this also needs to be done on another event as well, because we need to be able to recall this event to update it. So on the pre-construct here, just above it, I'm just putting a custom event in here, call it update card. And this will go into the same nodes. Okay, so now we go back to our victory screen, and once we've done this and got the information out, we're going to take the array element and we're going to call the update card function. That should update the name to show each character. And that's it. So now I want to make the widget show up on the screen when we win the match. So let's go to battle game mode, go to initiate victory. And over here at the end here, we've got the play montage happening for is battle completed. And then I want to do another set function, set time by function. And can be self-reference, and the function name going to be show victory screen, and we'll give it a time of say 3 seconds, and that'll do there. So I just need to make this function now. So if I go to make new function, and we call this one show victory screen. And in here, we're going to create widget and choose our victory screen. And then we're going to tell it to add to viewport. Okay. Okay, so let's just test this out. And there we go. So now we've got our UI, we are ready to start filling it in with data and animations. So in the next episode, we're going to work on creating our XP system so we can reward the player with XP and make our characters level up and upgrade their stats and skills. Join us on the next episode right now over on patreon.com/Ryan Daly, where you can catch all my future episodes before anyone else. Thanks for watching, make sure you subscribed, and I'll see you next time. Bye everyone.